Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of the 2025 Atlantic Senior Fours Tournament held here at the Athena Beach Hotel Resort in Paphos in Cyprus. This is the second time out for the competition, following the very successful inaugural event back in 2023. The game we are showing this morning is a Group 2 match between England A and South Africa ladies match. The klaxon's just gone, so looks like they perhaps didn't get their trial ends completed in time, but will be starting in a few seconds. With me in the commentary booth this morning is ex-England International, Commonwealth Games, World Championship medals, John Bell from England. Welcome, John.
Good morning, everybody.
Beautiful morning here in Cyprus. 19 degrees, very sunny. Looking forward to what should be a really interesting match from two strong teams. England have obviously won the toss and have delivered the first jack. England are going to be playing with blue stickers, South Africa in red, and that should be mirrored by the colours on the scoreboard and also in the top left hand corner of your screen. We rely hugely on the assistance of our team of NTO officials. You can see in the red shirts at the far end, just to raise the stickers and let us know, or the paddles, and let us know who is holding shot. Good opening bowl there from the English lead, Lean Hampshire, who is playing with yellow bowls, so that gives us a good guide whenever we watch her play.
Yes, England A struggled to beat Isle of Man last night, but I thought Lean had a particularly good game.
She was really good, yes, absolutely. As did the skip Anne for England. This is actually the second time that we've been watching these two teams. As John was saying, we saw England last night beat the Isle of Man in a very close game, just by 2 shots, 16-14. That game ebbed and flowed, and it was only the last 2 ends that really decided it. We also saw South Africa on day 1 when they lost their opening match to their close rivals Australia by 19 shots to 10.
Yeah, they were completely outplayed that game. But time to make amends today.
Indeed. Yeah, that looks good ball there from Esme. The South African lead is Esme Healy, nickname Big Easy.
Yeah, and I think she's won the South African singles 4 times. Excellent CV.
Yeah, she is. She's a fantastic pedigree. Commonwealth Games, played in the World Bowls Champion of Championships. And that bowl coming up is from the South African second, Linda Hampton, who plays with, as you can see, very bright lime green bowls. So coloured bowls, great feature of the modern game, but immensely helpful to us when trying to work out who's holding shot. Of course, maybe not so advantageous to the players if they're not close to the jack, because we can also see those as well. And that's a problem I particularly have with my purple bowls. So, marker indicates it is 1 to England at the moment, plus looks like a measure. The 2/3 are Sandra Aldridge for England and Michelle Schleicher from South Africa. And Michelle's son, I think, has been here this week, live streaming back to friends and club mates back in South Africa. Maybe we should get him to come and join us. For those of you who have been watching our other live stream matches, one of the slight challenges we have is we're working with just the one camera, so we do our best to give you action shots of the players and see what balls they're playing, but to make sure we also capture the head so we can always see where the action is.
It's a good job it's wide angle for some of these heads.
Early days, John. Early days. But a lot of short balls in this first end. Okay, Michelle with her third ball. Again, she's playing with the white balls. And I think that's, yeah, so still 1 to England. You will see as well on our screen that we have 3 other games taking place on the adjacent rinks. We have 2 ladies games, Cyprus B versus Australia, Czech Republic versus Canada A, and then on the far left hand side, men's game, Cyprus A versus England B. And we will bring you updates on those scores as and when we can, hopefully every couple of ends.
I thought they were playing the England champs.
So that was Anne, the England skip. She's playing with orange balls, so we can watch those. So just a correction to that, it's England B are playing the 2023 English champions on that men's game. That'll be an interesting game. So just waiting for confirmation. Yes, 1 shot to blue, so 1 shot to England. They're off and running on this first end. This is a game played over 15 ends, or time limit of 2.5 hours. All the games have been completed within that time scale, although we do notice that some of the games in the evening, which we play under the floodlights, do run fairly close to that 2.5 hour time limit. Just different conditions, and it was certainly a little bit cooler last night as well out in the green. I've been told as I've been sitting in my nice warm hotel room. So John, England seem to have made the decision they're going to play long jacks at the moment.
Yeah, two good opening balls. As we said many times before, that on these rinks that have got their own particular characteristics, it's if your front end can get in first, it's very difficult to retrieve the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, another good ball there. So Lean Hampshire carrying on from last night. The English rink are all from the Isle of Wight.
I think there's one from Kings though.
Although Sandra, who's playing third, she just last year relocated to Northampton. So a bit of a reunion this year.
Well, they seem to have mastered the weight anyway for this rink. Much better balls this end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Commentator's curse.
Well, the line looked pretty good, but Linda just dropping a few yards short. So still appears to be one there to England.
As you say, the bright green balls are easy to identify.
They are.
But unfortunately, if they're all over the place, it doesn't help. Oh, great try.
Great effort.
Great try. Great adjustment.
Yeah, much better head of bowls coming this way. We obviously live streaming to you on YouTube, so you can have some comments on there if you wish. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, any club mates, friends, family. Anything else you'd like to mention? If you're interested in any other of the scores around the rest of the greens, we will try and get those for you. So please participate. I'm very happy to have your comments and questions and feedback. as well as the 3 other games happening in addition to this one, we have other games taking place around the rest of the rinks. We have in fact 34 matches being played every day here at the tournament.
I think arguably this top green is probably the best of the lot, I would have thought, by looking at the quality of balls.
I think it's certainly more consistent than you see elsewhere. Okay, that was her own South African ball that came up there from Michelle.
Forehand draw being requested there.
Ooh.
Yeah, great effort.
It is indeed, and that just puts another English ball into that head. We saw Anne play some fantastic drawing shots last night, very impressive. Ooh. Still just the one to England at the moment. Same shot again, do you think, John, for the South African skip?
Well, the backhand seems to be blocked now with a couple of front balls.
Oh,
that was the shot. Changed the hand.
Oh, it was indeed. So this is going to be interesting. So we got a few obstacles in our way there. An umbrella, some lovely foliage, some bodies. So we're just waiting for see what's happened.
And after
okay,
all
well, after all
that,
yeah. Still one to England. So okay, so another one for blue. So England off to a 2-0 start after the first 2 ends. For those of you who might not be aware, this is a tournament for players aged 55 and over. It's a World Bowls endorsed event, and it's one of the only kind in the world. And we're very grateful for the ongoing support of Bowls Cyprus, its members, volunteers, and of course Constantinu Brothers for hosting the event at this superb complex. It's fairly unique here, John, I think, isn't it? Certainly in this part of the world.
Yes, I think it's grabbed the attention of the world. There's a lot more, international teams here this year, and full marks for Bowls Cyprus for expanding the tournament and making it such a major and successful event.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 20 nations here this year, up from 12 back in 2023, and 220 players, up from 118 in 2023. So fantastic achievement. Another great start there from Lean.
Decent lines in on this ring.
Yes, there are. Yeah.
It always helps if they're reliable hands. Particularly for the leads. If they can nail it to start with, it's a big advantage to their teams.
It's close again.
And that's just what Lean's doing. Excellent.
Fantastic.
Excellent balls.
Only been playing for 7 years. And already in that time, she has 9 county titles. And I'd say playing very consistently.
Yeah, great try by
very.
Esme.
Esme has played 4 times in the World Bowls Champion of Champions competition. Obviously very excellent singles player.
All 4 South Africans are from the Johannesburg area. Some beautiful clubs over there in South Africa.
Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of playing at Bedford View in Joburg, and also the famous Wanderers, who've got rugby, cricket, everything there.
Lovely. Yeah, they tend to have a lot of these like country club.
That's right.
Where they cater for a lot of sports. Yeah, look, I've not seen photographs. It looks fantastic.
And the greens are very good. They're like our UK greens, only a little bit quicker.
Alison, the English second, just seems to be struggling with a little bit of weight at the first couple of ends, but Bowls are behind the head. So that looks like 1 blue, so 1 to England. So these teams are in Section 2. England A are currently in 7th place in their section. Played 3-1-2, 6 points. South Africa in 4th place. Played 4-1-2, 6 points, but with a shot difference of 23 to England A's 10. Top of the section's Ireland with 9 points played, 3 games won. However, those figures are slightly misleading because there's been a lot of buys for these teams already, so we probably won't get a fuller picture until the end of today.
Still a full draw available to both of the thirds. Now England's Sandra just would like to just trail that jack just round the corner to make it a little bit safer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great try.
It was indeed, yeah.
It might still be useful. Protecting the road in.
So still that 1 to England. I think we had an issue there with a bowl, one of Linda's lime green bowls being displaced by a bowl on the adjacent rink. So players just agreeing where to reposition that. In order to accommodate all of the games, the rinks can be quite congested, so we do sometimes see bowls coming along the line or even going into the other rink. So, but that happens on a lot of artificial or indoor type rinks.
Well, I'm looking for the perfect draw.
Anne Bernard, known as One Bowl Bernard. We mentioned that yesterday, and straight away she went and drew the shot, proving the point, and then drew another one.
It's a difficult draw for South Africa. They could take a chance and come with weight on the backhand, play through it. Well, I think you've got to be up to do that, but
Yeah.
I think need to be positive more. Well, the right shot.
Yeah. Not sure it was enough, but it was in the area. Or maybe it is. Let's have a look. Wait for confirmation. Looks like we're going to have a measure, maybe. Yeah, indeed. The South African skip, Heather Pembroke, been playing for 33 years from the Linden Bowling Club. Multiple title winner. Plays her regular playing partner is Esme, the lead for South Africa. They won the Johannesburg State Pairs in 2025 and winner of the national pairs in 2023 and 24. and her daughter posted a fantastic tribute just before they left to travel over here. So lots of family support back in South Africa. There we have Hugh from Swansea. Lives in Wales, Welsh name, and I think he's a Scotsman.
Over the years, South Africa have had some tremendous sides at all the international events. I think they've fallen away a little bit just in these recent years, but 10, 20 years ago, they had some absolutely tremendous players.
Yeah, it's 1-2 England again, so those big yellow bowls.
One of the best players, Jerry Baker.
Jerry Baker.
He was a legend in South Africa, and he played in the singles in New Zealand. And the New Zealand representative, he beat him 21-1.
Oh.
I said to Jerry, he must have been a good one then. He said, no, I got knocked in.
Yeah, I recognise the name Jerry Baker, very, very famous indeed. Okay, so three singles to start the match off. South Africa, both these teams were here in 2023. South African ladies played, they won 10 of their 11 games, finishing in first place to qualify for the semi-finals. However, in a very dramatic game, they lost on a tie end to England by one shot, ending up with a bronze medal. England then went on to be defeated in the final by the Cypriot team, who have actually returned here to defend their title. In the same way that the winners of the men's title back in 2023 were the English quartet from Durham, and they're back again to defend that and doing really well, really strong team. Ooh. Looks like that ball didn't stay on there. Excellent first ball, however. So the men's and women's sections are played to a finish this Sunday. The men's, there's 13 teams in the men's, 11 in the women's. Then the top two in each section will go into the semi-finals, and the semi-final and finals will be played on Monday the 8th of December. We then have a rest day and then begin the mixed tournament, which is generally the mixed men's and women's from each nation, but this year we have a number of mixed nations as well. One of the challenges for some of the smaller countries is providing the number of players so that everybody can remain competitive. We have some mixed nations. I think Canada, Guernsey and Ireland, for example, are putting in together a mixed team. And we actually have one country, Botswana, who are arriving purely to play in the mixed.
Advantage England this end. The South Africans have been a bit loose.
Yeah, it looks like 3 there, from what we can see.
That's an excellent lead ball again.
Yeah, yeah.
From Lean.
So, looks like just 2 for the moment. I'm not aware that Lean is, obviously just having played for 7 years and has now won some county titles, is not international. But from what you've seen, John,
Very good.
that's very impressive playing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's, you know, these greens aren't easy.
No.
But as we've said before, a good lead is worth the weight in gold. I mean, in a situation like that, South Africa would just need to just get a ball really close, even if not shot, because it stops them from getting any more. That's the thing, you know. I mean, I know it's important to get the shot, but sometimes it's just as important to get a good second.
Yeah. Especially when you've just lost the first 3 ends. You know, they need to settle a bit.
Yeah, they've covered a bit of territory this end.
At the completion of this end, as we zoom back up the green, we'll look to get you the scores from those adjacent games that are taking place. Michelle just finishing Maurice Jack High. Yeah, another ball in the count, I would imagine. This looks better. Yeah, good ball there from Michelle. That's reduced that down to just the 1 English ball. Might well have been 4 or 5 before that arrived. Jim's just opening a pack of sweets here, which he's going to share. So anybody who wants to put a comment on the live stream, we will send you a wine gum. I know there's John and myself here doing the commentary. We have a fantastic team here with us. Jim and Chris from Bowls USA, who are helping to run the IT and the streaming. No, Bowls Cyprus. Geography was never my strength.
No, I can tell.
Where did Bowls you? I don't know where that came from. Yeah, just an idiot. And Panikos, who's doing our camera work as well. Oh, good effort.
Yeah, that was the right shot.
Yeah, another one to England there. So that is 4-3. We were talking yesterday, John, but there's a point in the game where you need to be proactive, and I know it's early on, but that seemed to be that moment.
That's it. We were talking about it. You're right, and I think there's a great need to be aggressive in situations. If you want to dominate the game, you can't just let things happen.
Yeah.
You've got to change the situation, and if that was a classic. You might as well attack because you're not going to draw the shot, and so you shouldn't be frightened as long as the position's okay at the back. Then attack, and it disrupts the opposition because if they're playing quite well, and then you start to drive and you start to play aggressively, and you kill the end or you get a shot back, then it has a negative effect on your opposition.
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. Just makes them think. So just as we'd focused on a score there. Canada are 4-1 up against the Czech Republic, but England had just thrown the jack into the ditch. First time I think I've seen Lee not throw a perfect length. So Esme now has the jack. Matt's up a few metres. So an interesting comment here on the live stream, obviously from one of Anne's colleagues. The nickname isn't what people imagine it would be. The reason behind the name is because something that happened at Leamington. So that poses even more questions. We'll have to find out now.
That's to do with the one ball on.
Yes.
Yeah. Interestingly, another story. At Leamington, the river runs just beside the club, and somebody put their balls down, and there's a little run down, and they started to roll down, and they all rolled into the river. So it was no ball whoever, I don't think he ever got them back.
Yeah, fantastic facilities in Leamington Spa. I used to live just down the road from there in Warwick.
Going to be home to the next World Championships as well, Leamington.
Very good.
Great honour for the town.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously they hosted the Commonwealth Games there a few years ago.
Yeah, that was
2022.
Yeah, very good.
So we're just going to slowly zoom in shortly and have a look at this head, which looks quite compact up there. We show 3 live stream matches a day, and our second match today, which will be about 1:30 local time, will be Bold USA, and they'll be playing South Africa. So I was just getting ahead of myself. So it's at least one shot to England. Looks like 2 green balls as second and third shots.
Let the bright yellow of Lean out again.
So Australia, Cyprus, update on those scores is 5-all. and on the other rink, between the two English teams, it's 4-3, but we're not sure which one's which. Okay.
Just got the two flags.
Okay, so still 1-2 England. Those two darker green balls being Esme's, which are just holding second and third shot.
Well, for South Africa, it's worth looking for a couple of yard on shots just to come trying to get down to that yellow ball, shot ball. Just remove it and stay, then that could be 2 or 3 to South Africa.
Oh, excellent ball.
Yeah, just opted for the draw. Great effort.
Yep, good ball there, Sandra. So just on the between those two English teams, it's the English 2023 champions are just one shot ahead at the moment, but very early days. And we will then start to get you some updates from the other matches across the rest of the greens that are taking place this morning.
Hello.
Good Lord, there's lots going on there.
What happened to that?
So it looks like a ball was hit and then somebody kicked it with their foot as well, no?
No, there were two. So they demoted the way
Oh.
to let it pass, and then it hit the one behind.
Right, okay.
The old sat-nav failed there, didn't it?
Okay. Okay, so just getting confirmation that that's now 2 shots to England. Which presumably is that yellow ball on the far right side. Or the closest yellow ball.
It'd be difficult picking lines out for this jack.
I'm assuming, John, because of where that jack is, it's going to be a challenge to work out the line where they've not really played that.
Certainly challenge for that one, wasn't it? I think you would, under normal circumstances, you'd need to go into the next ring virtually to get back to the jack. But I think, there's obviously...
That's a great effort.
That's a good ball. Absolutely good ball.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, so
that jack is very good.
So indeed it is. That's now 1-2 South Africa. So see what Anne's doing.
Yeah, completely missed the line twice.
Okay, so Michelle's implying that's a measure, but our marker believes it's 1, so. Oh, it's going to hit it in.
Not a measure now.
Yeah, not a measure now. So 1 again to blue. I just wondered, John, whether that would have been safer for the South African to skip the play on the backhand to avoid pushing that ball in.
That's true, but I mean, she would see what happened to the English balls that were, went really tight. So she did a good effort with the first, just needed a minor adjustment.
Yeah.
She was quite unlucky, really, because the weight was good as well.
So 4-all on that the game between the two English teams. So Lean is struggling a little bit with that jack throw, and that's now second end in a row that probably thrown it a little bit too far. I have lots of sympathies for Leeds rolling the jack. It's not as straightforward as you think it might be.
But it's a really important part of the game as well, throwing the jack, because if you're struggling at one particular end, it's important you change it. But I note that in the Commonwealth Games, it's in Glasgow, that they're not throwing the jack; they're placing the jack, either short, medium, or long.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's right, because it's an art.
It is an art
in itself.
I wonder, are they doing that to keep the game speeded up from a time point of view?
But I think, you get to say, when is there too much tinkering,
Yeah.
I mean...
So we have some scores coming in from Lorna Smith, doing the roving reporter role today. Another fantastic bowler, of course. This is ladies. Namibia 1, Norfolk 3. England B 9, Wales 0. I'm going to sort of say Heather Collins, who's the Welsh skip, is not feeling well. She's been struggling the last couple of days, so we can give her a pass on that one. Jersey A 6, Scotland 0. Ireland 6, Scotland B 4. That's going to be a really close game. Ireland currently undefeated, but Scotland B doing really well. Isle of Man 9, Jersey B 2, and Israel USA are 2 down in their match. And then finally we have the Cypriot 2023 champions 5 against Spain 1. And just as we were watching you know, Lean has delivered 2 good bowls.
She's on fire. Brilliant.
I think if you were still team manager, John, you'd be having a phone call with somebody, wouldn't you?
You would. Well, it's a dying art, you know, leading. I mean, everybody now wants to be a hero and play at the back end. Although Esme's just done what I said they should do. If you've got a good shot ball, then you get a really good second.
Yeah, very important.
To stop the head building up against you. It's a much better game than the one we watched last night anyway, that is for sure.
And it's in the daylight as well. So just a reminder to those of you who have kindly logged on and watching us on YouTube, don't be shy, put some comments on there. We won't bite.
Something wrong with that one. Oh, it's not our ring. Sneaking into our picture. How dare it?
That might be a useful ball there.
Yeah, good effort.
So John, as well as your fantastic playing career, I understand you also wrote a book.
I did. It's got pictures and everything. And verbs. I put verbs in it as well.
Did you write it yourself, or was it a ghostwriter?
No, I didn't. It's a technical book, and I was asked to write it, and I thought, oh, I'll never manage that. Anyway, eventually, I got it. It sold 16,000 copies.
Very good.
For a sports book.
Very good.
The company that did it, they said it's the best-selling sports book they've got.
And you can still buy it. Skills, Techniques and Tactics.
That's
out
it.
In 2007.
That's it.
John's now worried in case I produce a copy from my bag. We'll read some chapters. That's fantastic. That's great. That's really good.
It takes about 2 days to colour it in.
I mean, you say that, but I tell you what has become a real popular phenomenon is colouring in books for adults. That is a thing now.
Is it? I could imagine.
I just imagine.
What does the world come to?
But just imagine with all the coloured bowls you have, how much fun you can have colouring in all those.
That's right.
So while we were talking nonsense there was a slight change in the head.
But I mean, that's how the game's changed, isn't it? I mean, when I started, everybody played with virtually the same type of ball. Now there's dozens of different opportunities for, ones with different biases, and you can tight ball, wide ball, square ball. I think it would be difficult to decide which would be the best, line-in ball to play on these greens.
Yes.
Probably a little one, just a little bit, with a little bit of a hold in them would be beneficial, I would think. You wouldn't want a big bender anyway, would you?
No. So that looks like Esme is holding shot with that green ball. So far, this looks like a battle of the leads, this game, between Lean and Esme.
Still a line in, I think, for England. Just to squeeze that jack across to the yellow one.
Yes, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not a lot of room for
No.
South Africa to add another shot. Very wise.
Indeed. So that's one for South Africa. So after 6 ends, they pick up their first shot. So it's now England 5, South Africa 1 after 6 ends. We just had some more score updates for some men's matches. Cyprus A 7, Isle of Man 4. Australia 9, Jersey B 0. Obviously Jersey B have been putting together some really good results over the last couple of days. Scotland 7, Wales B 2. In the battle of the African teams, the other African teams, Namibia 1, Zimbabwe 6. And we'll be watching Zimbabwe on one of our stream matches tomorrow. And then the final one is Canada are all square in their match, Canada A team. So the usual mixture of close matches and others where one team has got a clear advantage.
Yeah, good opener from Esme.
So they've just taken that mat a few metres further up the green.
Oh, well played.
Doesn't matter to lean, does it? You can put that jack anywhere.
So she's in her element this morning. Brilliant. Well, great try.
Okay.
And that tends to happen, you know, if the better start to a head,
Yeah.
it tends to make it a much better bowling end.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the starting is sort of scattered, then
Yeah.
it never seems seldom improved.
Yeah.
But,
Then the back end are scrambling then
yeah.
to make up for it. Yeah. Oh.
that was just the right weight as well. You know, I'm afraid Alison's still struggling a bit, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
Finding the middle of the rink.
Yeah, it's just missing those lines. The weight was clearly good there.
Still a good draw available on both sides.
Currently one shot to England, that yellow ball of Leans, Jack High. One to blue with a yellow ball. Playing in a white shirt. We're getting all the colours in today. That wasn't a deliberate bull, was it, John? You don't think, in terms of...
I don't think so. I mean, you wouldn't be trying to play through that head, would you? You know, it's still just a draw.
Close there from Michelle.
Not very good, I'm afraid. I would have thought that the forehand is still the steadier hand in this direction.
Yep.
Probably still be able to get inside those short balls with just the right weight.
Yeah, useful guide.
See, there's a lot of wasted balls on that backhand down there.
Just going to zoom out a little bit so we can just see what hand. So, hand's playing that forehand, as you said, John. Still room there.
See, that's a good steady line in there.
Slightly tentative effort there from Heather. So another one to England, one to blue. That makes it 6-1 to 6-1 after 7 ends.
Another one to lean.
One to lean. It's been mostly one to lean.
It has, yeah.
So 7 ends and a single shot every end. Let's see what she does with the jack this time. So we got 8-6 to Cyprus against Australia. We got 5-all between the two English teams. And we just haven't quite got the cam to score. We'll come back to that. But Lean has successfully delivered the jack. And surprise, surprise, puts her ball right on it.
That's outstanding.
It is outstanding.
It's the best display I've seen of all the games we've done up to now.
Without a doubt,
Without a doubt.
it is the best league performance we've seen this week. It's fantastically consistent.
A joy to watch.
It is. No, it really is. She's obviously read your book, John.
Obviously.
That is just world class, that is. I'm going to see her later and see if she wants to move to Dennis Powys in South Wales and come and play for us. That's a good effort as well.
I suppose a good thing from South Africa's point of view is that they're losing the ends, but they're only losing one shot, and you know, that can be quickly made up with a superhuman effort in one end.
Yeah.
Pick up a few shots, you can recover. It's just clever if you lose 15 singles, mind, but.
we saw that yesterday in one of the games. I think it might have been Guernsey and the Czech Republic, but they only managed to win five or 4 or 5 ends, but they were getting 3s and 4s and getting counts, and so it can transform a game.
Alison's joined the party now, drawn another.
Very good. Yeah, 3-2 England. And as we were saying, as this is a round robin, and teams are still very, very close points wise. Shots difference is really important, and so even if South Africa don't manage to get back into this game and win, if they keep it tight, that would be a contribution to that shot difference. And that's the incentive for teams that are perhaps not winning games, is to keep it tight. But likewise for teams who are winning, to make sure they maintain that momentum as well. So we're only halfway through these matches, so a long way to go for all of the teams before we finish this part of the competition on Sunday.
Well, Sandra trying to draw another shot, but if you finish just in front, make the head a bit more difficult, well, or just run a little bit too far.
I think she said this. She said, "I've had enough of Lean taking all the glory. I'm going to get shot this time."
Well, I think that should have made up South Africa's mind. They're going to be a little bit aggressive against this now.
Yeah, this is where they've got to change things, isn't it? Yeah, it might just be too, obviously it was too narrow.
Still think the shot's another shot, but maybe a foot in front just to give it a little bit of protection. Oh well. I presume that was trying to get a back ball in, because the South Africans are going to try again, they're going to hit it again.
Okay, so didn't quite work out, but that South African bowl's come to a rest. That may be a back bowl for what Heather does next. It's a good job that Anne was not a little bit further, widening the head. Three good shots there. I would be tempted to try and just be drop short and put a one in there. Yep.
You know, make them think twice.
So it's just playing that covering ball. Would you Far again at this, John. Not much choice. It's going to be difficult to draw.
Well, I think she's got to go again. Ditch weight. No. So you're the best.
Yeah. So
That just goes to show it isn't an easy shot.
no.
The heavy shot, but you've got to have that in your armoury.
So that's a bit of a transformation in the game. So England pick up 4 there. Now 10-1 after 8 ends. So real challenge for South Africa to try and regroup. But as you were saying, John, built from the front.
Built from them, set up from the start. Vintage performance, and how to lead, how to build ahead.
Yeah.
And that's why you get 10-1 at 8 ends.
So you can see that score there. It's now 8 to Cyprus against Australia. So it's really good close game. And on the other scoreboard was Czech Republic 4. Canada single figures anyway. Lane, what's happened? So 8 ends played, just over halfway through the game. Yeah, just Esme catching that jack and pushing it away from her ball.
Now can Esme step in,
Yeah.
take advantage?
Opportunity. Yeah, just finishing behind. Shot ball.
No.
That was a good ball there by Allison. Obviously just stepping in, draw the shot.
Those lime green balls haven't been very prominent, have they, really?
No,
Unfortunately.
no. Esme had a better game when we saw her the first day. Again, easy to say from up here.
As we say, not a real shot yet. Plenty of room. When South Africa have had the opportunities, they haven't taken them. No.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's not, England are playing a lot better balls.
So it's 1 or maybe 2 to England. 1, yep. Just following Michelle's ball there up the green.
That's a poor ball when shot against.
Michelle seems to have just struggled a little bit this game. Very experienced bowler, but sometimes you just don't get the rink.
Well, it's tightened the line up that. No improvement there for the South Africans.
Yeah, and I think that's what's happened. It's not in that blue ball of England. So England now holding 2 shots.
Oh, well played.
That's a great ball.
Great line in.
Yeah, perfectly weighted. Just adds another one now, so yeah, well played 1 ball. That's now 3 to England. So the second end in a row where Heather's been going to play her ball with 3-4 against her. Yeah, 3 on this occasion, 4 last time. So.
Well, it's a difficult decision, does she attack the head or does she try to draw? Probably the percentage shot would be to obviously play through it. If we went for the 2 balls, take them away, or even a bit of deviation could get the jack. But it's a very difficult drawing there. Oh, she could have got away with 3rd ball.
Yeah.
think she was trying to draw it down the backhand there.
Yeah, it looks like just missed her line.
That was a brave shot.
So we'll see what Anne's going to do now. I suppose in this case you're also trying to second guess what your opposition's going to do as well.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, could be safety first.
Yeah.
It's a good ball if South Africa were considering a runner.
Yeah. That's what,
Yeah.
as you were saying, John, play for those two shot balls.
Percentage shot really, because if you get the balls, that's good, and if you get the jack, you still, you can't lose any more than one, I wouldn't think. But again, South Africa are under pressure.
Yeah, they're starting to chase the game. It's sort of starting to slip away from them. Although still a long way to go, but on the balance of what we've seen so far. Wow. Excellent ball.
Oh, got rid of the back ball as well. Could be a count for South Africa.
So there's obviously Linda's bright green ball, Michelle's white ball. 3 potentially?
Yeah, maybe more.
1, 2, 3.
Right. A great ball anyway.
4. It was an excellent ball. Yeah, excellent ball. So 4 out. And here comes Hugh. Just what they needed.
Yeah.
That's why skips get paid the big money, John, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we did predict the options for Heather, and she took advantage. Great result. I mean, the jack was a bonus. Could be a game saver, that.
Yeah, could well be. Yeah. Certainly 4 shots to South Africa.
Could be another.
Might be 5. Must be close.
It is close.
So that's just, looks like just 4.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's made a change. So it's now 10 shots to England in blue and 5 shots to South Africa following that 4 they just picked up. Well played, Heather. Ooh. stopping time. It is.
We'll see if that lifts the spirits of the South African front end.
Yeah, it certainly will.
Yeah, better start.
Normal service resumed.
There's that white hat again causing us problems. Can you remember it from the last game that he did?
That's right.
Gone.
It's a huge brim on that, isn't there?
It is.
No. After this end, we will get our roving reporter to get some more scores from around the green. Oh. Two good balls again.
Well played.
Somebody's got the jack. We'll see next door rinks want to come and play on this one as well. Yeah, great ball there by Allison. Looks like, yep, to England. So whilst Esme got a touch on that jack to move it, it didn't actually help them.
Still a good open draw.
Yeah. I was sorry, rather it was Linda that the second who drilled that jack.
And a chance lost there. Tighten it up a bit.
Some more support for England coming through on the live stream. So England still holding 2. England playing with the blue stickers on their bowls, blue on the scoreboard.
The threes made no difference whatsoever to that head.
So just some updated scores from Lorna. Namibia 4, Norfolk 11, that's the ladies. England B 17, Wales 2, so not looking a great day so far for the Welsh ladies. Jersey A 11, Scotland A 2. Ireland 13, Scotland B 7, so again that's the ladies. Isle of Man 12, Jersey B 9. USA are 3 up in their game, and very, very close match here still between the Cypriot champions from 2023 and Spain 6 all.
Considering it's an open head, I'm surprised that there hasn't been any ball that's made a difference in this last couple of players. That's pretty poor, really. Yeah, great opportunity to add another.
Oh,
Yeah, she made it.
she may well have done.
Yeah, well, that's their spirit.
It could be 3 to England. Let's have a just wait for confirmation. I think there's no 3 indeed. Yes,
3.
yeah. Obviously, that bowl of Anne's just coming into count. So
that's a good response from England.
very
because they
good.
just about cancelled out before they lost their last end. That's the way to do it.
yeah, that kills off that momentum from South Africa. So after 10 ends, it is now England 13, South Africa 5. We're 2/3 of the way through the game. Just have some more update scores for you from the gents. Before I do that, I'll just give you the score you can see there. So it's 11-9 to Australia against Cyprus. So they've obviously picked up a few shots in the last few ends there, Australia. Not sure we can see the rest. But on the other scores from around the green, we have the gents. Cyprus A 13, Isle of Man 10, close game. Not so close on the next match, Australia 16, Jersey B 1. Scotland men 13, Wales B 4. And in the battle of African teams, it's now Namibia 12, Zimbabwe 6. So Namibia is starting to pull away there. And in our last match that we're covering out on the greens, Canada A men are 3 up in their game. Looks like another good opening ball there from Lean, just jack high. Okay, so update on the adjacent scores that from the games that we can see. England are now leading the English champions by 4 shots, 9-5. So it's probably the first time the English champions from 23 have been under pressure or chasing a game. It's 5-all between Australia and Cyprus, and Czech Republic and Canada. It's Canada are 2 shots ahead of Czech Republic on that game in ladies. So that's just a correction on that Australia scored 11-9. Obviously that was a previous score. Marvellous. Thanks, Jim.
Is that Australia men?
Australia, yeah, Australia ahead, yeah.
Ladies.
Yeah, Australia ladies. But obviously the men are doing really well in their game. It's not the best head we've seen, John, is it?
No, it isn't.
Not at all.
It'll be more disappointing for South Africa because they're 8 shots adrift, and they're not looking as though they're making any headway to get back.
No.
And that isn't going to help, 3 yards heavy.
So,
wanting a shot.
Just England holding one with that, which I think was the first ball of Lean. So, to be honest, the head hasn't really changed in the subsequent 7 bowls.
Strange as well, because the line down on this forehand is quite reasonable. It's none of them's virtually got the weight, but they shouldn't be worrying about the line.
So another comment about Anne's nickname. Those who know, know. So we are going to have to go and find that out. It's very cryptic.
And those that don't.
Or just make something up. And of course that's a nickname that Anne volunteered herself. We asked the players on their profiles for any nicknames and she volunteered that, so if she'd kept stum we would have been none the wiser.
Not the best of ends, is it really?
No. So every bowl apart from that first one is all to the right of the jack.
And quite a long way off.
And not particularly close, yeah.
Well, that's not going to help South Africa's cause, is it?
Yeah, this was probably the end when they want to, fight back a little bit. But as said before, we're not down there playing those bowls. It is difficult.
Well, it hasn't been difficult for Lee.
For Lee.
I mean, we've gone 10 ends and she's been line shot virtually every one.
Yeah.
Sneaked in.
Yeah, indeed. See whether that makes any difference to. Oh, it looks like shot or second shot, so could well be 3 now there. See if our Mark is going to put his hand in his pocket and produce some lollipops. Nope, it's just a bit of a scratch of the ear.
That's a good ball.
Yeah. So here we go. We've got some paddle action. No, we don't. It's a secret. I'm not telling you. I think it's 4.
Well, there's nothing but a good draw for Heather. Well, I don't think so.
1, 2 out. Yeah. Yeah, and 3. So 4. Yeah, as we sort of thought it was.
Shots for nothing. Just you draw 4 shots and there's no response. Those are from a competitive point of view, those are the worst ends to lose because you've done nothing to stop it.
Yeah. So that's
it's a simple game,
That's now another 4 for England. Brings them to 17 versus 5 to South Africa. So
well,
England have picked up 7 shots in 2 ends.
Yeah, I think justice has been done. England are far more consistent. You've got to be honest, and that's the case.
And they've taken their opportunities. So
yes,
when they've been holding shots,
yeah.
You've Anne's been drawing more.
Yeah.
Adding to it. So those 2 balls.
They've had the better heads from start to finish,
yeah.
and that's why they're 17-5 up.
Yeah. So this is a really big end for South Africa coming up now. They need to try and get back onto that scoreboard. We played 11 ends and England have won 9 of those 11 ends.
And of course, it's adding to their shots average as well for the for round robin purposes.
Yeah, of course, that will make a big difference when it comes to the end of the week. But a good start from Esme. Yeah, good response from Lee. Yeah, good ball.
That's better.
Much better start from South Africa. Two good bowls there.
Yeah, well bowled. Much better battle for shot this end.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like the green ball shot.
South African.
Much better head, absolutely.
Well played.
Yes, well done. Good ball there from Sandra.
In a determined mood down the back straight, the England four. They're all contributing now.
We are.
Time's running out for South Africa. They need to be scoring a few shots.
Oh, just found the gaps.
Similar ball requested by Anne. Oh, well,
Might have been a little bit fortunate,
yeah.
but it still counts the same way on the scorecard as it is, so. So, looks like England holding 2 there. 2 blue on the purple bulls.
Not an easy shot for South Africa either.
No, it's
You could hardly call it a draw available. I mean, they've got to play with an element of weight. Well, that's a great effort.
It was a good effort indeed, yeah, very much. Just going to follow the players, just so with a head being this tight, it'd just be useful to get an early indication of the shot that they're playing. For England here, John, what do you think are the options that Anne has?
Well, there is a road in through the port there, just the right way. It was bending in, just the shot that Sandra played. Got the jack, that's a little bit tight, I think, but there is a shot on through the port.
Goodness me,
Just like
excellent.
That's how to do it.
That ball just kept coming and coming and coming. Very good.
That's excellent balls. We're back to poor South Africa. They've got very little options again. I think they've got to play with weight, but they're looking for shots, you know. And at the moment, they're concentrating on saving shots. Here we go. No, well
Wow.
played. Well played. Great shot.
Very good. And that's gone straight to Michelle's bowl there.
Well, there looks to be plenty of room to draw another one.
Okay, so that ball has resulted in 1 shot to South Africa. We've just had a query on the live stream as to the score. So can we just try and check that scoreboard? Um, well, that scoreboard for South African score is saying 7. Okay, so we had a query earlier on to see whether South Africa had picked up 4 or 5 on that previous count. Now, the marker indicated 4,
Yeah.
so we will be guided by whatever the scoreboard says. So it's a query we will take away and discuss after the game. But score is now 17-7 after 12 ends.
That was a game saver there.
Wasn't it a fantastic ball there from Heather?
Very, very good. England were lying about 3 shots there. That was the game finished.
And the other match there, 11-5 to the English versus the English 2023 champions.
From my home native county of Cumbria.
Oh, very good.
They're playing very well.
So thanks to Vanessa. Vanessa has just said that she replayed the end where South Africa picked up the count and it was 5 rather than 4. So Vanessa, all I can say is if you want a job here, we can find you one looking after the cards. That's very impressive, vigilant viewing.
Very good.
And we'll go and have a word with the ITO.
So what is it now? 17-8.
Well, 17-7 now.
It's still
Yeah,
7,
yeah. That's correct. That's just the corrected score. 17-7 to England after 12 ends. And Vanessa has added to that comment by saying we missed the red lollipop because it was against the NTO's red shirt.
Oh.
That interesting, but nobody's thought of that before. Oh, I noticed it yesterday when we had one of the NTOs in our live game was holding the red lollipops against her white shirt, which is Chris's wife. So.
Linda's just played a good ball for South Africa.
Yeah, very good.
Jack could be line 2 now, was
good ball by Linda.
Three ends to go. They need to be scoring virtually every end now, South Africa. Ten shots, 3 ends. Is
Yeah.
it doable?
It is doable, yeah.
Yes, it is.
You know, as we've commented on some of these heads, if there's a few loose balls, there are opportunities. So just a couple of updates on scores out on the green. As we're coming towards the last few ends, we probably won't have time to collect scores in from everywhere, but two that are particularly key in the ladies section. Ireland 13, Scotland 11. So Ireland currently undefeated, and Scotland B ladies putting together a strong challenge over the last couple of days and obviously this morning. So very tight game. And then also we're tracking the USA ladies who've been on a bit of a run yesterday, and they are just drawing in their match. So all of the results will be available on the Atlantic Senior Fours website more or less immediately after the game, certainly within 10 minutes or so, and we will then also update the league tables.
Oh dear.
Wow. So Michelle, I think, has just pushed in Lean's yellow ball. Probably the shot, yep. Now England holding one. And we could see that blue lollipop against a white background.
Oh, fell out.
Fell the wrong way.
Well, South Africa need to make some shots somehow. Trail on the jack would help. If you divide it up into three ends, they need at least 2 3s and a 4,
Yeah.
just to draw. So they need the shots. Little trail on the jack.
Okay. So that ball did indeed trail that jack. So that's made a big difference, as you said, John.
Yeah.
3 to South Africa at the moment. Excellent call there, Mr. Bell.
Thank you.
You've done this before, haven't you?
And the good thing from South Africa's point of view as well, there's been very few balls played on this side of the ring, and so England won't be too familiar with that
Yes.
line.
Yeah, great point. Oh my word.
That's a great effort.
That is really good. Yeah, another good ball there from Heather, so she reduced that deficit from 3 down to 1. But it all helps for South Africa, so that's 1, so it's now 17-8. 2 ends left to go, still a tall order, but Not impossible by any stretch.
That was a great ball under pressure there
Was
by
it? Yeah.
England's arm.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Could have won the game, that, you know, that last ball of
Yeah.
Van's.
Yeah.
Nine in two ends for South Africa. Maximum concentration required.
So a very close game there. 12 all between Australia and Cyprus, 13 ends. And the English champions, defending champions, down by 8 shots. They won't be used to that. And then we almost got it. We almost got it. Might have crept in for shot, but we.
That's a good ball. If we could see it. Now in South Africa's position, that the last thing they want
No.
is short balls. It's not doing anything
Not
to the head.
not going to help at all, and it's just in the way as well potentially.
No, well played. That's how to close the game out. Perfect ball in the situation. Just short, covering the jack. Brilliant.
So Linda's ball just slipping a little through there.
Get that woman out of the way.
We just have obviously Heather standing there, just so slightly blocking our view. Another great ball there from, I think it was Alison. So 2 balls to England.
The famous wide hat.
So that was Sandra's ball, I think. No,
Covers most of the head.
yeah. Yeah, it was 2 balls from Alison. And in the other ladies' match, Ireland, who are currently undefeated, have got a 5-shot advantage over Scotland B. They're playing their last end, so it looks like Ireland may continue to be undefeated. A lot of love on the stream for Anne after that bowl last end.
Yeah, good cover ball there. England just making sure that they can't lose any big score anywhere on the ring. I don't know what they're trying there.
So I assume England are deliberately leaving that head alone, John, and
Yeah,
just
it's good as it is. I think the South Africans are trying to play the forehand and get through that the channel there, or come off that yellow ball onto the jack. But
right.
I mean, they've got to get this. They want 9 shots in 2 ends,
Yes.
so they've got to get a panful at this end really. But I can't see where they can.
Seemed quite tentative, didn't it, in terms of not playing more positively? Again, easy for me to say I'm not playing those balls.
Plans for the celebratory braais will be cancelled in Johannesburg. Braai being the barbecue, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
They will be, yeah. Sure, Heather's probably disappointed with that. So,
when you're looking for 9 shots, a short ball is the last thing you want, isn't it? Really, but I think they know that the writing's on the wall. That's
just to rub salt in.
Let's put the boot in.
So that's going to be 3, we think. That was good for. Yeah, indeed it is. So that takes it to 20 to England, 8 to South Africa, and obviously that's a lead that can't be beaten.
If it wasn't a round robin, there would have been handshakes all round.
It would be, that's right. So last end, the target here for South Africa is to just win some shots and try and reduce that shot deficit. The other match there, we just catch up on that score, 16 for Canada A versus Czech Republic.
Unfortunately, I think the South Africa are struggling on these greens, because the game we covered between South Africa and Australia, Australia were far superior in that game. It's just one of those things, but they're actually quality players.
Yes.
But if you just go and catch it on
just
the
not
day,
catching it.
It's difficult.
And obviously a very close game there. Cyprus and Australia, 12 all. Oh, no, 13-12. So Ireland have just finished out their match against Scotland B, 17-11. So Ireland remain undefeated at the top of the ladies' table. Very, very strong quartet.
Yes, they
skipped
are.
by Sandra Bailey.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good team. Yeah. They've been on the scene quite a long time as well.
She has been,
Still
yeah.
doing well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent effort.
And the Irish team, change of tactics compared to the rest of the UK nations, have gone for a selection process. So the 4 men and 4 women all were selected rather than being their national winners, as tends to be the case in England, Scotland and Wales. And obviously in the case of the Irish ladies, that strategy's paying off.
Can't see. Oops.
Okay, we're just going to follow this ball up the green so we can get a closer look at that head.
Not a closer look at that.
Well,
ball.
I listen.
Yes, right.
That perhaps wasn't helpful.
No. GPS gone awry again.
So it's at the best we won for South Africa. Maybe that shorter ball of Leans. Yeah, no measure or 1 on a measure. So far, nothing that's going to dramatically improve the South African shot deficit. But long way to go still in this tournament. This last end, John, almost feels like an end where there's nothing at stake and it's just
Yeah, go on.
happening.
That just about sums it up, really.
So that looks like 1-2 England. I think maybe that last ball of Michelle's just pushed in Lean's yellow ball. But certainly nothing dramatic happening that's going to at least give South Africa a chance to reduce that deficit. Just not been their day today, and strong performance by England, particularly from the lead, Lean, which is a repeat of what we saw last night from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, and let's skip.
England have played consistently as a four.
They do.
Player of the match, Lean Hampshire.
Yeah.
By street.
Lots of looks elsewhere there. What's going on? So just one more ball to come from Heather. So that sort of brings that match to a conclusion. Just want to see what that final score is. Just to get an indication. It looks like it might be a measure. And you know, it might well be important come the end of the day. So here comes Hugh, final act of the match. And probably it's quite fitting that the measure is involves Lean's yellow ball. I think her ball's been involved in nearly every end.
Yes, outstanding performance. Yeah, England been impressive, in all fairness.
They have. Oh, well deserved. Yeah, well deserved. And then, of course, when Lean and Anne have been top class, and then a couple of ends ago, Alison putting in those two balls, and Sandra playing some great balls. So all four of them have contributed really well, well deserved.
The body language of the South African team doesn't look good, though, does it? I mean, I think they are struggling a bit, but you know, I think they just need to regroup.
They do, yeah. So that ended with 1-2 England. So final score 21-8. So that brings to the conclusion of our streaming for this match. Thank you all for logging in, for your comments. Thank you, John, for your commentary and thoughts on that. Thanks to the guys here, Chris and Jim and Panikos, for your support and making all the IT work. We are now back on at 1:30 this afternoon when our next game is going to be the gents game between South Africa and USA. Both of those up near the top of their relevant section. So hopefully that will be a good game. So thank you very much.